Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, May 4th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I am worthy of pleasure. And let us utilize this new moon energy and May the 4th with May the Force. And I was sitting here, not here, but sitting thinking about this scope like all day, waiting for something really profound to come through for this scope. And I feel like the universe was like, it's worthy. Like, this message is worthy. It doesn't have to be profound. It doesn't have to be deep. That's the thing, is that there's a part of all of us that is a pleasure seeker. We all have Taurus in our chart. We all have Libra in our chart. We have Venus in our chart, every one of us. And so there's a part of us that's a pleasure seeker. And it's part of the human experience. It's part of the earth experience. And sometimes reality can take us away from that part of ourselves that deserves pleasure, that desires pleasure, that seeks pleasure. And I am telling you, I'm giving you permission for pleasure, that you do not have to let reality steal your pleasure. You don't have to let reality have all the power, basically. Take power back and bring it to the pleasure seeker within you. And let this be the force that you use for May the 4th. So new moon energy, 14 degrees. That ends up at 5 energy. So it's mental. So there is a mental process. And I think that's one of the things is like, I have all this to do. I have this huge to-do list. I have all these things. So therefore I am not worthy of pleasure. No, that's not true. You are worthy of pleasure as a human, as a being, as a spirit, as an earthling. And it's reminding yourself and actually even creating the energy to allow it to engage with this energy. The Sabian symbol for 14 degrees, where we have this new moon energy, is on the beach, children play while shellfish grope at the edge of the water. And the keynote is returning to simpler joys for revitalization. Pleasure is important as part of revitalization. The 5 senses is an important part of the Taurus energy and engaging the senses. And this doesn't mean you have to go overboard. It doesn't mean that you have to be hedonistic about it, but it's realizing that this is something that's built into us, and it's built into us so that we can be our best selves, because we are our best selves when we revitalize, when we bring pleasure and joy into our lives. Again, in balance. And it says that in here, natural urges are half conscious, half unconscious. They exist in a borderland. The hard-working porter loaded with baggage should remain a little child at times and allow himself to be close to the subconscious but natural urges. At least he should do so for a while until he feels surer of himself. So this is the call for the new moon, to allow yourself some joy, to allow yourself some of that pleasure energy, realizing that you're worthy of it, realizing that you value it, and it's okay to value pleasurable things and make time for them. Again, that is why we are here. So, new moon energy, 3:45 p.m. Pacific time is the peak of the new moon. If you would like to plant seeds, set intention, but at the very least, use the power of this energy, the force of this energy, to focus on pleasure, planting seeds of pleasure, and actually taking some guided divine action in regards to pleasure. So, besides that, we have the moon also connecting to Neptune, and Neptune reminds us, like, be the spirit in this physical realm. Anytime Pisces and Taurus connects, there can definitely be a mystical creation that comes about, but it can also lazy cat chill us out. And for some people, one of the most pleasurable things you can do is daydream. So I recommend a little daydreaming time later in the evening for you. Also of note, we are building into Mars in conjunct Pluto tomorrow. And so there's a lot of power stuff at play right now. Do not get too caught up in your mind about some of this stuff that's gone on this week. Really allow yourself to be the creator. And it's funny, these cards, I usually pull 5 cards. these cards jumped out afterwards, which they were in yesterday's. But like to me, this is like allowing yourself to reach for the pleasure. Allow yourself to reach for that which you love. Don't let these power plays, don't let what's gone on over this last week keep you from allowing some of that goodness, some of that juiciness. It will revitalize you. It will feel fresh, and it is something that you need and deserve. So, no holding yourself outside of that. And here's your little daydream time. I'm going to leave this so short and simple. I know I usually do longer scopes for the new moon, but Spirit kept telling me, Kish, keep it simple, human. It doesn't have to be so complicated. And so I am allowing this to be worthy. So take a second. What are you grateful for? I myself am really grateful for the energy of pleasure and the permission granted by the universe at all times to reach for that which is pleasurable. Besides that, you can always book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com for that. And the better it gets, the better it gets. You have the power, and there is more than enough love in the world for you, and more than enough pleasure in the world for you too. Namaste.